Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is March 24th, 2018. It's Saturday. As I'm pointing this right up into the sun, got a nice breeze going. It is really a really nice day here at the homestead. Really pretty. It's cold. It's like in the 30s, but we do have snow melting, as you can see here. Real quick before we get into the topic of the video, I wanted to show you this. This is a Shiny Buddy headlamp. One of my subscribers asked me if I would do a review on it, and so this is what it looks like. And you just put that on your forehead, and I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to tell. Let me see if I do it this way here. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Okay, there's high, then the lower, then there's red, and then there's flashing red. Now I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see those, but I'm gonna tell you. I'll have the link in the description below for the website if you're interested. I have no affiliation with him, just so you know. I'm not getting anything out of this. It's not what I'm doing it for. He asked me to do a review on it, so I said that I would. So I'll have the website below if you're interested. I can say this: I've been using it for a couple of weeks now, and I will say that it is very, very bright. If whatever you're looking at, the high setting there, oh my God, it's like, I had it on the first time and I walked in Heather's room and I had it. She's like, oh my God, Dad, you're blinding me. So, you know, if you're outside and it's dark, and it really gets dark up here, it's a really nice thing to have, because whatever you're looking at, because it's, you know, it just sits right there on your forehead, whatever you're looking at, whenever you're turning your head, that whole area is going to be lit up really, really well. So he sent me 4 of them. I'm keeping 2, and I'm giving 2 away. So if you're interested in that part of the giveaway, we're going to do a giveaway for those. Just like and comment on the video, and you'll be in a drawing. And I'll probably next week at some point, I will do a drawing on that to see who wins the other 2 headlamps. And they're really nice. Like I said, I like them. It worked really, really well. And like I said, it really brightened up the whole area. So like I said, I will have the link in the description below, so if you're interested, okay? So that being said, let's get into the gist of the video. Well, so first of all, I got to tell you, this is my second take, because my first video that I was doing, I was going to change my batteries out in the camera, and so I had checked my time to see where I was at, and I was at like 9 minutes, and I'm like, okay, so I'm okay. And then 10 seconds later, it killed the video and it just stopped. And I'm like, oh my God. So I had to stop and had to start all over again. So I'm going to change the whole gist of my video today, because I was thinking, I just got in a discussion with my daughter, and I thought it would make a great topic, okay? And I asked her, we're going to talk about the Second Amendment, okay? So I said to her, I says, let me ask you a question, Heather. I said, I want to get your take on the Second Amendment and what your thoughts are, okay? And she was like, okay. I said, with the whole situation in Kirkland and the Second Amendment, I go, as a teenager, what is your take? And she goes, well, and she's going with the argument that is put out there by the news media and stuff like that. So I'm obviously knowing that she's looking at what's going on and what she's being fed by the media. So what happened, what she said was, well, you know, the Second Amendment was written a long time ago, when guns were just musket and would shoot 1 bullet at a time. And she says, I don't think it pertains to the, you know, the weapons that they have now, with the assault weapons and stuff like that, that can, you know, be semi-automatic or automatic. She goes, I don't see why we need to have them. Why should we have to have a gun that shoots like that? Okay. So I said to her, I said, okay, well, here's the thing. I said, I'm not trying to change your mind. And I said, and you are entitled to the right of your opinion, and I will grant you that. I mean, I'm never going to tell my kids that you're wrong. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to place my argument with that. So my argument was, and this is where I stand with it, with the Second Amendment, basically, we have the right to defend ourselves against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, that could even include the government. George Washington said that we need to be able to have weapons to be able to defeat these people, be it foreign or domestic. I mean, let's just go back in history a little bit, folks. Nazi Germany, they disarmed the population, and then they were in control, and they could do whatever they want because people were not able to defend themselves. That's exactly what is happening in this country right now. They want to disarm Americans Because here's the thing is, there's nobody's going to invade America right now. I'll tell you that right now. There's no way any foreign country will invade America because everybody's got a gun. I mean, you know, maybe not the liberals in the cities, they don't. But boy, I'll tell you what, you get out to suburbia and in the country, everybody's armed, okay? Everybody's armed. And so, you know, people would fight. And that's why there has never been an invasion from a foreign, you know, country. As far as, I mean, you know, way back when with we fought Mexico and stuff like that, and you know, with, you know, but once we became a nation and a free nation, for the most part, you know, nobody's tried to invade us, especially with modern technology and stuff like that. So, but the thing is, the government actually should have, and I think that they do have, a healthy fear of us. Now, people will say to me, well, the government has drones and they could put a missile up a camel's butt from, you know, 50 miles away. Yeah, you're right, they can. Absolutely. I'm not going to disparage that and say that that's not, absolutely could happen, okay? But, you know, it's, if it comes to a point in this country where people decided they've had enough, people will rise up. They will. I mean, that's just the way it is. And I think I have a hard time believing that the military, especially the people serving in the military, are going to fire on American citizens. I really don't see that happening because of the fact that their families are out there, you know, and you know, they're fellow Americans. Now, if it's an enemy, that's a whole different ball game, okay? But you know, and I use the analogy of the shooting that happened. And it was in Texas, and I had made another video, and I had said it was in California at a McDonald's, and it wasn't at a McDonald's. It was in Texas at a restaurant. And, you know, the woman had done a testimony before Congress. And so she had left her gun in the glove box of her car because the, you know, restaurant didn't want you to have guns in there. And so some lunatic had come in and started killing people, and her father had charged the guy. And the guy killed him. And so she had grabbed her mom and said, let's run. And so she had taken off and didn't realize that her mother, who had been married to this man for however many years, it had been 30 years or something like that, she ran to her husband. Well, that gunman killed her mother as well. And she sat before Congress and she said, had I been allowed, and I love that term, allowed, to carry my weapon, I could have done something to change that day. And I said to Heather, that's why we have the right in this country to be able to have arms, to put ourselves in a situation where we can protect ourselves. You know, there are so many legal, law-abiding gun owners in this country that follow the rules, and they keep making it more and more restrictive for us, which is ridiculous. You know, and I said to her, I said, here's another example. I said, here's an example now. They make these, let's say they ban all guns, and you got to turn in all your guns. Yeah, like, how many people are going to do that? But anyway, so you got to turn in all your guns. Now, the criminals don't follow the gun laws anyway, so they're still going to have their guns. But now they know they can break in any house they want to because the people can't defend themselves. They can't be able to defend that home. They're not worried about getting shot. So they're going to be, the crime is going to go through the roof. And I don't give a crap what anybody says about that. That is a fact, okay? Criminals are going to find a way to kill people no matter what the laws are. All you do is when you take away the guns from the average citizen, it's just, you know, that you disarm that person so that the criminals and the cops will be the only ones having guns. And, you know, that's not a situation I want to be in. I want to be able to defend myself if a situation comes up and some lunatic comes in there and starts shooting up the place, that I can defend myself and my loved ones. You know, that's what the Second Amendment is all about too. It's about that. It's about rising up against tyranny if we have to. If they disarm us, how are you going to rise up, guys? It's not going to happen, okay? And people are going to say, oh, well, you know, if you have an AR-15 and you're going to go up against tanks, who's going to win? Granted, but the thing is, if they know that we have that capability of rising up, they're not going to do nothing, okay? There's a lot of craziness in the world, guys. There really, truly is. And I know a lot of my viewers from across the pond will, you know, like Great Britain, you guys have been disarmed. Australia, you guys have been disarmed. You know, the gun laws are crazy over in those places. But you know, I don't see Americans giving up their guns. I just really don't see it happening. You know, and it's not about. Here's the thing: is a lot of these crimes, it all comes down to mental health. It all comes down to mental health issues. The one in Florida, if the cops have been to this guy's house 34 times, you know, and there's been issues and it was documented, why wasn't something done? You know, and a lot of it comes down to two guys. We got to think about this too. Think about bullying, the stuff that goes on in the cliques in school. And I told my daughter a long time ago, I said, you treat everybody the same in school. You treat everybody decent. I don't care if they're fat, ugly, stupid, beautiful, whatever. I said, you be decent to everybody. I said, because you know what? They're a human being, and people deserve to be treated decently. You know, every school has cliques. My school had a clique, okay? You had your jocks, you had your preppies, you had your heads, which were your potheads, you had your drinkers, you know, and usually potheads and the drinkers were pretty much one and the same. But you had, you know, then you had your freaks and your outcast group, you know, and you know, it's just, and so what happened was there would be, you know, people would harass other people if they weren't in the popular group or whatever and stuff like that. And I said to my daughter, I said, you know, in this day and age, I said the brains. Oh, there was another group. You had your brains, okay. The groups that are the brains, those are the ones that are going to run this country down the road, okay? I said a lot of those times the jocks, the super athletes, they peak right out of high school. That's it. That's the end of their thing, okay? And a lot of them don't amount to a pile of crap. And then they spend the rest of their life living on glory days, you know? I said high school don't mean crap. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. Me, I was a drinker in high school. I like to get my drink on, you know? So that's what I did, you know? But it's, you know, it's all about how you want to treat people and how you want to be treated. And a lot of these kids that feel like they're outcast and that nobody cares about them and who cares and they want to get revenge, that's why they snap. That's what happened in Colorado. Those guys were, you know, they were an outcast group and they felt isolated and they did what they felt like they needed to do. And the thing is, it's like the ball was dropped out there a lot too with a lot of different things, okay? But we need to watch out for all these kids, man. All of them. They need to be, you know, taken care of and not let kids be bullied and stuff like that. It's, and I, you know, it's like, it's part of what happens, and I get it, okay? But if we teach our kids the right way of doing things, it's going to be better, and it will get better. So, you know, gun control is just, you know, you got these, and this is what kills me too, okay? You get all these celebrities here at the Oscars touting gun control, but they're protected by heavily armed guards. These people in Congress, they're touting gun control, but they're protected by people with guns. I mean, if that's not the height of hypocrisy, I don't know what is. But I don't have the right to defend myself? That's ridiculous. But anyway, so just wanted to share that with you. I definitely want your guys' feedback on this. I know this can probably be a hotbed topic. I mean, because people are either very much for it or against it. But I'd like you to take my points into consideration, okay? Because criminals do not obey laws. They never will. And if you give government total control, then they can do whatever they want. Let's go back, like I said, to Nazi Germany. Let's ask what happened to the Jews, huh? Or, and here's the thing is too, not just the Jews, guys, and this is what one of the things I always disliked about when they talk about Nazi Germany. All people talk about is that 6 million Jews, 6 million Jews. Well, what about the 20 million Russians that were killed? What about the Gypsies? What about the Jehovah's Witnesses? What about all these other groups of people, political dissidents that didn't go along with what Hitler was saying? All those people went to concentration camps and were killed as well. But we don't hear about them, okay? But we should. It's all those people. All those people were victims, okay? Not just the Jewish people. So anyway, on that note, guys, I am going to jump off of here. I hope your Saturday is going well. Sorry to get into such a philosophical thing on a weekend, but like I said, I had the discussion with my daughter, and I thought it was something pertinent that I needed to discuss. I don't know if I've changed her mind. I'm not really looking to change her mind. I want her to have her own opinion. But, you know, I hope I explained it to a way that she understood, okay? So listen, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. And remember guys, STD, it's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it, and the only one that's going to stop you is you, okay? I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.